For many, summer vacation is right around the corner, and according to AAA, a whopping 90% of those trips are made by car. We have our Nixon Norman live in front of Memorial Parkway. And Nixon, what else did AAA tell you about summer travel?
Kanisha, as we mentioned yesterday on Fox 54, April is Distracted Driver Awareness Month. Now, when you make your way down to the beach in about a month or so, you should not be scrolling TikTok. That's distracted driving. But just like distracted driving is dangerous to you and others on the road, so is driving while drowsy. Let's take a look.
When it comes to driving, it's best
to keep our hands on the wheel, our eyes on the road, and our mind focused on driving.
But it's impossible to do all three when driving impaired. Impaired driving doesn't always mean driving under the influence. Distracted driving or driving while drowsy are also forms of impaired driving.
It's just as dangerous as driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol as far as the level of danger. Now, it's a different type of danger, but the level of that danger is the same. And we want it to become socially unacceptable, just as drinking and driving has become in recent years.
If you do find yourself becoming sleepy on a long trip, there are a couple of things you can do.
If you're on a long trip, maybe take turns and let somebody else in the vehicle drive if possible. But at the very least, stop occasionally, get out, walk around, maybe get something to eat or drink, but kind of change your focus for a few minutes and get refreshed and then get back behind the wheel.
It's important to keep yourself in check while driving, but it's also very important to keep your car in check before making any kind of long trip.
About 90% of us that go somewhere on vacation do so in our automobiles. So the roads are going to be crowded and it's going to be hot. So, the number one thing to remember about that is get your car checked out ahead of time by a certified technician.
Because we all know breakdowns never occur at an ideal time. So it's best to be prepared.
It's very important to keep some type of emergency kit in your vehicle, not just during the wintertime, but year round.
That emergency kit should contain things like cell phone and car chargers, jumper cables, a first aid kit, a flashlight, and a rain jacket, and much more. A full list is over on fox54.com.
Remember, as you just heard, drowsy and distracted driving are forms of impaired driving and should not be socially acceptable, just like driving drunk or high. Live outside of Fox 54, I'm Nixon Norman, sending it back to you guys in the studio.